Approaching 6:49 here this Wednesday, back with our headlines before you head out in our Smart Start this morning. President Trump hosted the Chancellor of Germany at the White House. That meeting comes as the president is still facing criticism from Democratic lawmakers on Capitol Hill for his decision to start attacking Iran without first seeking approval from Congress. A new poll from CBS News finds most Americans in the survey, 62%, do not believe his administration has clearly explained America's goals in this conflict.
We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first.
They do not have an end game. They do not have a justification for getting into it.
Diplomatic engagement is essential to avoid a wider and deeper conflict.
The U.S. Army Reserve Command has released the names and images of the 4 soldiers killed Sunday in the military campaign against Iran. They died in Kuwait during an Iranian counterstrike. All 4 were assigned to the 103rd Sustainment Command based out of Des Moines, Iowa. 5 kids, including a suspect as young as 11, are accused of stealing a car from Rochester that was later picked up in Greece. Police say a black Hyundai stolen from the city was found on Dewey Avenue at the Walmart Monday. 4 teens, 14 to 17 years old, face charges of criminal possession of stolen property and unauthorized use of a vehicle. We did hear from investigators about the new tech with these cameras that they're using to scan license plates to track down a suspect like this case.
When that plate went through, the camera system recognized that it was stolen based on, the entry, and then sent an alert right to our officers, who then went to that area.
The teens got expedited appearance tickets and sent home to their parents. The 11-year-old was released due to her age. Following 2 months of uncertainty, residents at Hilton East Assisted Living Community are going back home this week. You recall it was a few days after Christmas. Emergency teams had to evacuate more than 130 people and put them in temporary facilities around the region until Hilton East could be deemed safe. The roof had collapsed due to big water leaks. One man was sent to Waterloo, and now he says he's happy to be back on the west side despite missing a few belongings.
And they said it was just going to be for a day or two, and then it became like a week to 10 days, and then it ended up being just over 2 months. So that was crazy. I had a couple posters that were still in the tubes. They seem to have disappeared. Other than misplacing a bunch of my stuff, I'm pretty happy with everything.
The state health department says it worked with the company over at Hilton East as well as local code enforcement to approve the plan to bring everyone back. That facility will do that in waves as the residents return finally on a staggered schedule. The boil water advisory in Ontario has been lifted. That alert was issued after a water main break at Lake and Knickerbocker Road Sunday. To start the week, crews in Wayne County there were running samples to test the water for contamination. All that came back negative. It is safe to drink again. Homes near the Horseshoe Solar Energy Project in Rush finally have water there as well after a drilling mishap about a month ago. Neighbors told News 8 crews working on the project at the line with Monroe and Livingston counties broke through an underground aquifer, leaving them without water. One could feel vibrations on the side of her house. Another told us the effect was gradual, with the pressure weakening day after day.
A couple of days ago, 0 water at all. Before it was just getting weaker. The flow was getting less and less. Now there's basically no flow.
So that's what they dealt with, and now it's coming back. Neighbors add they are crossing their fingers, hoping this does not repeat again in the coming weeks and months. The Fairy Godmothers of Rochester are back for this year's prom season and in a brand new location. The nonprofit just moved over to a temporary home at Marketplace Mall. That's where the former Dick's Sporting Goods used to be before it moved. Now, the businesses inside the mall, they were forced to close late last year. And for the last 2 decades, the group has been there making prom an experience to remember for thousands of young women. It comes with a personalized shopping day led by volunteers in exchange for a $5 donation.
We decided a couple of years ago to open it up to the entire month of March. It's made a huge difference. It's not just 1 or 2 days. So there's no registration for the girls. And in order to qualify, she has to be a girl with financial need. We don't really say much more than that. You know who you are if you have need. If you're not sure, give me a call. I'll talk to you about it. But if getting to prom was going to be not possible for you because of finance, we're here to help.
The prom fair launches today. This will run every Wednesday and Saturday through the rest of of this month. Your sunrise traffic before your final weather here. Have one new issue reported up near Seabreeze at Lakeshore Boulevard and Pine Valley Road. And that view there from our Greater Rock Sky Eye. Just a little more of that fog hanging out to get going this Wednesday.
Yeah, I poked my head outside of News 8 studios and I can see a little glimmer of blue overhead. So we should see more and more of that as we progress throughout the morning. I do have plenty of sunshine later in the day, so it'll take a while to get there, but we'll eventually see that temperature climb as well. Mid-upper 40s for a lot of spots. Tomorrow, temperatures go down. I've got low 40s. Some spots may stay in the 30s throughout your Thursday before we warm back up 50s, 60s, and then we have a lot of very warm days. Maybe another 60-degree day next week.
How about that as we spring forward? 9 o'clock. Current time is where you can find us. Second Cup of Sunrise, our podcast. Myself and James will see you there for half an hour on the Rochester First streaming app. CBS Mornings on the way at 7. We're back here with your local news at 7:25.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.